your head coach, Torrey Woodbury, our very own, back to direct WSSU football as they attempt to, as they prepare to restore the standard. That's the slogan and the campaign. And the word standard is going to be key in our conversation today with you guys. But look, as I said, it's a conversation. I don't want this just to be a dialogue. Again, I promise, when I can, I'll get some more people up to join me to talk, to have, differing opinions and things like that. But in the meantime, in between times, you guys, the audience, please be sure to talk to me in the chat. And if you want to, hey, I'll send the link and you can come up and talk. So it's all good. It's meant to be interactive as we continue to just keep the conversation around Winston-Salem State University, specifically athletics, going year round. So anyway, all of that said, let's get back to the football schedule. So the CIAA, if you guys do not know, a couple of years ago, they decided, well, out of necessity, they had to change the old format. We had the format of the North and the South. We still have that for most sports, but we no longer have it in football because we had the addition of Bluefield State University in West Virginia, and we had the subtraction of St. Augustine's University. So it is what it is. That kind of changed a lot of dynamics. And so starting in the 2024 season and then last season as well, no divisions, but they still kind of operated as if there were divisions, right? So, but as we have seen from some of the schedules this year, that is no longer the case, right? That is no longer the case. And so, as has become a tradition here at for WSSU Ram Nation, some of us like to start piecing together what we know from CIAA schedules from other places. So the first CIAA program to roll their schedule out was Virginia State University. They actually rolled theirs out on. Just before the new year. So, shout out to them for getting ahead of the game. And so they gave us our first glimpse of what the new look schedule would be like. And let me just go ahead and show you from there. Let's see, let's share this screen. All right, so you'll see that after they open up August 27th at Barton, they just like to play on Thursday nights to start off their season. That's what they've been doing. And so they will then host Bowie State, which is, traditionally a CIAA North rival for them. But, usually those games are on the back end. So, and a lot of times these two schools play each other for their homecoming. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, it's a Ram new day. They play South Carolina State after that. Then they play ECSU. That's another former division foe for them that will usually be on the back end of their schedule. And then on September 26th, the Rams will travel back to Petersburg. Ettrick. No time on the game. We'll see if that ends up being a TV game, an HBCU Go game. I'll suspect maybe the last 2 years, these two schools have gone down to the wire, 1-point games, both on each other's home fields. So that's interesting. And then when we saw this schedule, this also kind of hinted at the changes on our schedule as well, because this right here, Johnson C. Smith on Halloween, that's usually the week that we would play. We usually play Johnson C. Smith on the back end of the schedule. And that has been our next to the last game previously. So, but they're going to be playing Johnson C. Smith. And so we got that schedule. So September 26th, we know that. Then our friends over at Bowie State University, and I can't spell, shout out to my guy Clarence from Breaking Down the Bulldogs, aka the biggest Ram lover hater of 26 so far. My guy LG Burner, he's toned it down quite a bit. I don't know, maybe he'll ratchet it up. I don't know, but for right now, LG, I think you might have passed the torch of WSSU's most prominent online hater to my guy Clarence to break it down the Bulldogs. But anyway, Let's see, Bowie State University football schedule 2026. They rolled theirs out. Again, this is another school that is, traditionally in the north, which means that we don't play them every year back in the old days. But you know what they say about the old days. So they play VSU, and then they will travel to Winston on October 10th. So that gave us 2 days right there. September 26th, Virginia State. October 10th, Bowie State comes to us. And then let's see. Today we got we got a couple more hints too. So we got Johnson C. Smith. Johnson C. Smith has revealed their football schedule, and this is going to be interesting right here. We are their CIAA opener. We're going to play them on September 12th. Wait a minute. That says that we're playing them. That says we're playing them. No. We did. I've tried so hard to forget last year's game. Yes, we are going to be hosting them on September 12th. So we know 2 home dates already. We know September 12th. It's a Saturday. Saturday games are generally night games. So WSSU Smith night game. I don't hate it. And as a matter of fact, I kind of like it. Actually, I like it quite a bit. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think of the schedule so far. Let me guys know what you guys think of the schedule so far. And yeah, so those are some of the games that we can confirm. Fayetteville State, that's for kicks and giggles. Let's see if they put their schedule out. We assume that we're going to play them. At the end of. We assume that we're going to play them at the end of the year. As far as, they like to act as though that's our rivalry game, which, they've beaten us the last couple of years, so I guess. But any Ram way, I would suspect, because everybody seems to still be playing those games. The last week of the season, as far as I can tell, for everybody has not changed, which means that we are likely going to be facing off against Fayetteville State. So August 29th. August 29th is interesting. We were actually, my sources told me we were actually going to be playing Albany State on the 29th previously. But earlier this week, Albany State announced its schedule, and its schedule says that it will be playing Florida A&M. They're going to be getting that money game in. They're going to be playing Florida A&M on August 29th. So I guess we took a back seat to that. We took a back seat to that. But we took a back seat to that. So, we'll see. We'll see what the schedule is when it actually comes out. Let me know what you're excited about this year. And there was one other thing too. I do want to note this. So, and again, to show you the changes again in the CIAA, Shaw announced its football schedule on Thursday, I believe it was Wednesday. And so Shaw will not be playing Winston-Salem State this year. They won't be playing Winston-Salem State this year. Shaw's going to open up against Fayetteville State on the road. Then they'll go to Barton. Let's see. So they're going to be playing Livingstone on the 26th. So we don't have a date for the Livingstone game yet. Well, we don't have a date for the Livingstone game yet, as far as I can tell. So that'll be interesting. We do go to them this year. I wouldn't be surprised, y'all. And this is just me. I don't have any insight. I don't have any insider insight right now, but we're going to be playing Livingstone this October at some point. Livingstone has been interesting. They know that when we come, we bring a crowd to them. Shout out to our guy, Montrell Davis. His father Dr. Antonio Davis is the president over at Livingstone College, doing a lot of great work over there. But he's got Trails over there, and those guys are pretty astute, when it comes to thinking business-wise. I wonder. I wonder, there's a couple different thoughts on homecoming scheduling. One, homecoming, that everybody is going to, that's going to be your biggest game of the year. So a lot of times programs don't like to schedule another team that draws well, like a WSSU. So you wouldn't think that they would play. You wouldn't think that they would play us for homecoming. But, they do their thing. Last year they came to our homecoming. And if you remember our homecoming, to get a ticket into the game, what's up, Alonzo? Appreciate you, brother, as always. To get a ticket to the game, you had to buy the parking too, which meant that either you were paying $50 or $75 to get in our homecoming game. And so I don't know, over at Livingstone, they actually started this thing where if you're going to come to their game for homecoming, you got to have a wristband, which gets you into everything. But it also, it's like $50. It was like $40 or $50. Man, I mean, everybody knows the Rams travel, right? I mean, and they kind of got hit over the head if they wanted to come to the game last year. So in CIAA prices, they got hit over the head. But, as they say, the price of the brick is going up. And yesterday's price is not today's price. That's what they said. Anyway.